Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing y'all a teardown of this GTX 770 that I got from a handfest yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Well, I can already tell that it's been tampered with because the sticker is gone. That was on one of these screws. So I got my trusty little toolkit here. Just your standard precision tool set. You only really need one screw bit. Let me see if this will fit. Yeah, that'll work. I'm using a PH1 to unscrew card. Now when unscrewing, you want to go in a cross pattern to relieve even pressure on the die. It's just a good habit to be into. Now I'm kind of going into this blind because I've never torn down oops, a 770 before, so this is going to be interesting to say the least. We'll see how this goes. It looks like, does this just come out? Yes, it does. Oh, that is nasty. Oh, look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, gosh. Alright, first thing we're going to do is attempt to get this connector off of... Man, it's just so dusty. Oh, my goodness. I even prepped with a paper towel and some rubbing alcohol, but man, this is not... I don't think that's going to cut it, man. I need like 2 bottles of rubbing alcohol. There we go. I got it. So there's what it looks like. Just minus the dust. Holy. That is gross. I paid $30 for this thing. I tried to give him $25 for it, and he's like, nah, I want $30. I'm like, bro, do you see how dusty this thing is? I'm surprised it still works. I tested it last night, and yes, it still works. Surprisingly. So, I guess now we're gonna clean off the thermal paste. And we'll try to clean off all that dust. Man, that's gross. I have an air compressor, so I'm gonna probably go spray that with some compressed air. First, we're gonna clean off the thermal paste. It looks like it's been repasted. Like, that looks like some wet thermal paste, which is very surprising. I was expecting it to be bone dry, but it looks like they repasted it, so at least they did the minimum effort, you know? That's like the bare minimum that you could do is repaste the GPU. Oh, that's gonna dry on the heatsink. There we go. I'm just using paper towels and isopropyl, and that comes right off. Now I think I'm gonna want to separate the heatsink from the shroud. I don't want to get dust everywhere. You know what? I think I'm going to go spray this off and then separate them. I'll show you all how to separate it. There's just a few screws that you unscrew. Now when you're using compressed air, just spray it at an angle to get all of this off. And hold the fans down while you're spraying it with compressed air so that it doesn't spin, because you'll damage your fans like that. But I want to clean off the fans too, because they're dusty on the underside. So I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna go fix that. Okay, so I am back from just spraying it with some compressed air, and already that looks miles better. Like, this looks almost perfect. Like, that is amazing. There's still some dust on there I want to get off, so I'm gonna go ahead and hang on, let me clean off this a little bit better. The same screwdriver looks like it might just fit. It does. So yeah, you can just use a PH1 on all of these screws too to get out the smaller screws. Just make sure you separate them into two different piles so that you know which one goes where. I mean, it's pretty obvious which one goes where. It's not like you're gonna screw that up. Does that? That one's loose. Now I have to find these other screws. Is it just two screws? Oh, there's one. There's a couple on the sides here. There's one on the side on the bottom of the card. I'll show you where all the screw holes are in just a second. This one looks like it's a different size. Yes, it is. So that one. The ones on the sides are different sizes, so I have to be careful. Yeah, there's one on the bottom of the card and on the top, sideways. There's some thermal paste right there on those contacts. Don't know how that happened. And then it pulls off. So now I can clean this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you all where the screw holes are for that. So obviously, you got your two screw holes right here and here, and then you have one on the top and on the bottom of the same area, right there, this little hole right here. So there you go, there's your screws. Now we're gonna clean this. Off. Now let's see. The IO doesn't look too bad, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean it anyways. If I really wanted to, I could just pour a bunch of alcohol over it and let it sit. But honestly, it doesn't really look that bad. There's just some dust up here, but other than that, it looks fine. So I'm thinking I just leave it. Now after I cleaned it, you can actually see some stuff here. I'll show you all around. I don't really know a whole lot, but I can point out some things. First, let's get it like that. So here's your die. This is the main GPU processor. This is power delivery, I believe. Your memory is underneath this plate here that they surround the die, these little chips, they just look like your average microchip. Honestly, they're just like underneath. There's like a few here, a couple here and there, just your standard memory chips. Over here, just capacitors, probably also for power delivery. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot to it. And then obviously you have your PCIe connector, which I could probably cut that off too. Probably doesn't really need it, but I'll do it anyways. Because I'm already here, I might as well. Okay. So now that I clean that, we can set it aside and start working on the main heatsink, which really that's what needed it the most. Let me go ahead and separate those. I'm not really seeing much that I really need to clean here. I really just wanted to clean the fans. So just wipe them down. It looks miles better than it did before. It's not perfect, but boy, is it way better. I can actually comfortably put this thing on display. Yeah, I don't know if I want to use it for gaming. I'll use it if I have nothing else. I don't remember which way this goes. Oh, it goes this way. It can only go this way because the screw holes are on this side. So this is right. I just have to push down on it. Make sure you use the correct screws in the correct spot. And now we're done. Here she is. It looks way better than it did before. Like, that looks beautiful. That is an absolute beauty. It's miles better than what it was. So, I think that's it. I'm gonna call it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.